Good morning and welcome to another project today. Today is Monday, July 14th, and we got a good one for you guys. So there's a lot of different projects on at this place, but the main one for right now is going to be a bluestone walkway or a bluestone patio right in this area. So it's going to be about 16 feet in diameter, and we are just getting started on it today. We're just kind of getting some stuff moved that's in the way a little bit, but nothing crazy. So basically what we got going on is there's an existing wall here, obviously. There's that boulder, obviously, and what we're going to do is this part of the wall is going to get pulled up, and basically from this rock we're going to round a new wall over to the boulder. Then we are going to build a somewhat round bluestone patio, and it's going to look amazing. So this is kind of the rough size of it. Obviously we'll get into more of those details as we get to them, but that's the main thing. There's a couple smaller projects up around the house that I'm not going to show you guys as of now, but let me show you guys where we're working here. So this is a carriage house that the owners are building on this second plot, and basically what we got going on is to get all the access and everything that we need over here. We had a bunch of stuff in the way, a bunch of material and everything, and right now we're moving some sand over to the other side to fill in, just kind of finishing around the septic tank that whoever put it in just kind of left a hole. But basically what we got to do is clean this stuff up, which is what we're going to start with today. And then these first two trees are a little low compared to what the finished grade is over here, mainly this birch tree. So we're going to clean all this stuff up, and then these first two trees are going to get lifted. I don't know if we're going to do that part today, but all the material and everything has to get moved. And then we're going to come in here and start working on this. So pull the wall off, start digging down. That one stump has to come out, and yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. So let's go. Alrighty guys, so customer came out, we had a chit chat and stuff, made sure we were all on the same page and everything, and then the camera died. So all I've really done, pulled the stump out, gotten a bunch of the rocks and stuff out, but there are two big ones here. So I'm gonna take the grapple off, put the bucket back on, see if I can get those two out, and then start digging this down to a decent bit of material. Hopefully it's not too far that we have to go down, but I'm thinking it's gonna be at least a few feet. So yeah, let's swap attachments and get digging. Alright guys, we are back from lunch. I recorded this clip once and the microphone's muted, so not great, but we got this dug out. This section here is like 4 or 5 feet deep. It's still a little wet down there, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put about a foot of stone in, we're gonna compact it, then we're gonna put a non-permeable fabric over it so that it helps it from being able to settle in the future. It'll keep those layers separate, you know, no silt and stuff will get in there, whatnot. So it'll just always drain. Then from there, after the permeable layer, obviously we're gonna build up the rest of the way with stone, but we're just getting a layer of stone in the whole section, whole thing, so that we can compact all of it, and then we keep building up that side specifically to a point where we can switch over to like a 3/4 inch. But Fuller's getting some time in the excavator. I was eating lunch, he was finished, so he hopped in, and not bad, not bad. Well, see, yeah, I mean, you should be able to walk in more if you pick your blade up. Keep coming. Travis just told him to roll his bucket around so that he tips away from the machine. We got a real operator on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. Alright guys, so something we're gonna do when we build this wall, the wall is basically gonna come from here and just kind of curve around to the back side of the boulder over there. But this rock, because it kind of has this little lower platform, is actually going to get placed on top of the wall so that it can be used as a seat. So they've had it on this property for a couple of years, and it's been kind of getting moved around because they knew they wanted to use it as a seat but didn't really have anywhere to put it yet. And so that's what this project is going to be. So it's basically, I believe they're going to put a fire pit here. We're not building a fire pit. We're just building the patio and the wall. But I think they're going to put like a solo stove or something. So we'll have the patio and wall. We'll put the seat in. And then as long as there's an extra piece of bluestone somewhere like right there, we're just gonna hand dig a small base and put some stone down, and then put a piece of bluestone down for them to use as the firewood like storage area. So kind of a cool idea. I hope that's not, you know, too difficult, but I think it should be fine. I mean, this took us longer to dig up than we thought, but that's mainly because of how much junk there was in here. massive rocks. I think you guys saw a couple of them, but I can show you a couple more. They're huge, so a little bit more of a pain, but we're getting through it, so let's keep going. I think that's the only one you actually can't pick up with that. At least I couldn't. Although, hey, I had leaky fittings, so who knows?
Whoa!
She's fucking heavy. Good morning, guys. We are back, day 2. At the end of yesterday, the mic was dead, so I didn't get to record just an end, but starting this wall, a lot of frustration, a lot of annoyance, so I didn't record most of the beginning, but this is what we got so far. So these are all set basically at this grade, because that's the high point in the yard over here. So these are set, they're all pretty much level. This one is not done, this one has to come up, but these first 3 are all good. I think it looks pretty good, looks pretty nice. We obviously tried to get a lot of the flat faces on the inside because we're going to be building a patio, or fire pit, whatever. So the easiest that we can make it for us, the better. So I think this rock, once we get that stone set, this rock I think is gonna go here. We're gonna build it up and kind of put it back, which I think will look nice. And then we're gonna have to figure out what to do here, because there's a boulder in the ground there that I didn't want to take out because I didn't want to have this big boulder settle at all. And I don't think it would have, but I just didn't want to risk it, so I left that one in. So that one's gonna be a little tricky, but I think we'll be okay. So get a little bit of stone, get this lifted, and then try and figure out there, and then do that, and then we're gonna put the seating rock on that one. So what I showed you guys from yesterday is gonna go right on top there, which I think will look nice. So let's get going. right side. Alright guys, so you saw us get that last rock in. Looks pretty nice, honestly. Fuller's leaving to go get more stone because we're almost out. While he is going to get stone, I'm going to continue backfilling with what we do have and then compact what I get in here. He's going to get 3/4, and so what we'll probably do is get the back of this done. We're not going to put a rock here. It just doesn't totally make sense to put another one in. One, it's not necessary. I mean, there's not really going to be a load on this. Not enough to move the weights of the rock anyways. So I think we're going to skip that, but we are obviously going to backfill behind it, clean 3/4 so that there's plenty of drainage and stuff. But there's probably like 2 yards of the riprap left, so I'm just gonna start filling in the front, maybe fill some in the back to just give it a little bit more height, just because obviously this stuff fills in a little faster. But yeah, I'll just start backfilling. All right guys, there it is. I got the seat on. I think it looks good, but I think it's kind of funky because patio is going to be here. So they're going to use it as a seat, but I'm not quite sure how well it's going to really work out as a seat. But it's a nice statement piece. I mean, you got that as a statement piece, you got that. So I think it'll look good in the end. Decided to do that while Fuller was going to get stone, so he's still not quite back. He should be back soon. So when he gets back, we'll start slinging some stone in here, get this thing built up and compacted again, and go from there. Push right back. Yep. Just like the fairway. Or, no, just like, I'm gonna do that right here. So you go back. Yeah, just right in. Well guys, as you can see, we got our first pallet of bluestone over here. So we're gonna get the truck back down, set up over here, so that I can just scoop out with the excavator. But basically, I mean, obviously you could tell that we're low, but it's gonna be a lot easier to just kind of shim everything around using the 3/8 chipstone that we got. So even if we use extra of that, it's basically the same thing. But yeah, so we're gonna start in this corner and basically work kind of our way over and then kind of get our way around. There's a rock here which we're gonna have to kind of play with, but it should be fine. But we're basically just gonna get pavers brought in, see what we can get fitting, laid out, blah, blah, blah. And we're not gonna go too far, because basically what we're gonna do is kind of like get stuff slightly overlaid, cut any little pieces off that we need to make everything fit pretty nice and whatnot. And so we're really only kind of hoping to get like halfway today, and then we can finish the other half tomorrow. But wall came out nice. Obviously you guys can't really see it with the fabric, But I'll show you guys from the wood side. So this is just gonna kind of get cleaned up a little bit with like some loam or something, just to make it look more natural again. But here it is. Here's the back side. So it flows pretty well. I think it looks pretty good. It's unfortunate that we had to have like the best side on the inside, but when you're building a patio up to it, you kind of got to do that. So the flattest side is on here, but I think it looks good. So yeah, let's start throwing some 3/8 stone here, and then hopefully we can get some pavers done pretty soon. All right, guys. Well, it's been hot today, and the camera seemed to agree because it shut off before capturing anything that we did. So didn't miss a bunch. I mean, we only got a few pavers down, but here's what we got so far. So 2 here, 2, and then there's one big one. It's 422, so we're gonna start cleaning up. And we went through, the pallet was starting to completely fall over, so we just said screw it, helped it over, and then pulled a bunch of stuff out, got a bunch of stuff set so we could get a good idea and stuff. But basically we're not trying to like necessarily fit perfectly in. I mean, we've broken pieces. I mean, both of those in there are broken, so can't make everything perfect, but seems pretty good so far. I mean, there's no crazy gaps. Like this is the biggest one probably here or this back area, but again, it's not gonna be perfect, so we're doing it the best we can. I think it looks pretty good so far. So we'll be back in the morning. I'll be back in the morning. Mike won't be. He's going to be a firefighter again, so actually he's going to a family thing and then go to be a firefighter. So I'll be back in the morning, and see you guys then. So stuff's coming along pretty nice. Camera shut off because it was hot again, just like yesterday, and again I agree. But we're moving right along. It's just me and Trav today. I mean, I kind of had a late start over here. It's just went and got a bunch of stuff done. Got a step for here, got some stone, got bought another grabo because one of ours needs to go in for warranty, and then got stuff to use them as kind of a lifting chain, which you guys have seen, which is nice. It's a huge benefit, honestly. Oh, hold on. Oh, guys, there it goes. Pallet number 2. It's hot today, but yeah, I mean, we're moving along pretty good. We haven't like we've set everything, we haven't leveled everything. We want to get a good idea of where stuff is going. We want to figure out, you know, what pieces can go where. I think it's just a little faster to set everything out, go back through afterwards, you know, break anything that you need, and then lift and level everything from there. So that's what we got going on. But second pallet we'll probably use half. I would say. I mean, this is all, that piece is going to go in there, and then we basically just have this section. So hopefully we can find one big one that has a nice curve that can go over there, kind of a nice like shark tooth piece almost to go in there, and then we'll just fill out the rest. And then tomorrow we'll probably be like fully going through, cutting, chipping, and leveling everything from there. But moving along, so it's going good, it's going good. But grabos with the lifting chains are pretty nice. So I'll give you guys a close-up of what's going on here. All right, so for these grabos, what we got half-ton shackles on the lifting points on the grabo. Then we have, I think this is 3/16 or 7/16 chain. I think it's 3/16. I don't quite remember. A foot of chain to these hammer keys, whatever the heck they're called. These are, let's see, what are these rated for? Can't find it now. I think these are rated for like 4,000 pounds or something. Something crazy that obviously we'll never get to with these. And then just a loop. So basically for the two of them, we just loop the chain through the two, clip the chain on itself, and then have the open hook on the excavator. So it's been working so far. Obviously, I mean, there are a couple that have fallen, and obviously the stuff's not perfect, but more or less everything besides like that piece, and then probably that one are going to be within the working load of the two grabos, because those are going to be the low point of this whole setup. But it's working good so far. Guys, we got a patio, and it looks more uneven than bluestone normally does, but no, we think it looks really good. We're gonna start fitting stuff in. We're basically gonna get everything kind of like broken, cut, whatever, that we need to, and then after that we're gonna play around with levels and grade and everything. So we think it looks nice. Cool thing, which I feel like always happens for us when we do bluestone, literally no matter what kind of bluestone we're doing, whether it's big stone like this or if it's small stuff, whatever, we almost always without fail get a piece that somewhat resembles New Hampshire. So if you guys don't know what the state of New Hampshire looks like, it kind of looks like that, which is pretty cool. Customer wants this to look very rustic. They want it to look like it's been here for generations. So, you know, we're trying not to make it perfect. Obviously, bluestone is never level. There's always imperfections, but they want it to really be rustic. So we think that adds a little bit of character. There's another piece here that looks like a big arrowhead or a house, whatever, which is really, really cool too. But we think it looks good. We're happy. Yesterday when the customer saw it, they were happy. They were excited. So we're chugging along, putting in this work. This thing has seriously been so amazing. We got two separate chains today, so that stuff lifts a little bit more even. But again, little clevises on the bottom that are rated for 1/2 ton, a foot of, again, I believe 3/16 chain, 7/16, I don't remember. Then some hammer locks. That technically this would not be legal if we were like actually rigging. You're not supposed to have more than one chain on a hammer lock. We know for a fact that weight wise this is never going to come even close to half of what these can lift, because these are only rated for up to 375 pounds. These hammer locks are rated for something crazy. I think it's like 4,500 pounds. So even if we had 1,000 pounds on each side, which we literally can't, it would never come apart. Then just a hook, another clevis, which I think this is like 3/4 of a ton, and then our 5/16 chains, or our 3/8. I'm bad. These might be 5/16. That might be what I'm thinking of. 5/16. These are 3/8. Yeah, it's been sick. Obviously, you guys saw the video, us moving stuff. We didn't have any trouble today moving anything. Yesterday, using the one chain, stuff was just getting pulled in towards each other more than up. And so having two separate chains here, there's a lot more vertical lift than horizontal lift, because these are rated for less when you're pulling, like if you're picking something straight up versus if you're suction to something and pushing up, they're rated differently. So like this is rated one way. If you're holding something like this and lifting, it's rated a different way. So we want to lift as vertical as possible, because that's when they're rated the highest, and two separate chains make a world of difference versus the one. So it is a cheap setup. I mean, obviously it doesn't carry as much as a vacuum lift, but that is about $850 total with 2 grabos, all the chains, everything. It's about 850 bucks. Whereas a vacuum lift is going to start at least 2,500 bucks. Yes, you can pick more up, understand that, but these are multifunctional. Vacuum lift, you're only picking up, you know, big pavers, steps, blah blah blah, whatever. But these, I can move this stuff by myself with the 2 of them. I can move one of these by myself with 1 of them, and then I can go use them on pavers. So I can use them on glass. I can use them on basically whatever. Anything, any non-porous surface I can use these on. So they're a nice multifunctional use. So after that rant, let's cut some bluestone. Well, guys, we are back again. Patio will be finished today. It will be finished. So Jaden's here today. He didn't want to show up the past couple days. He was sick. His tummy hurt, but he's back. He's here. So we finished going through and making sure that stuff wasn't moving around or whatever. Got some small pieces to fill in some areas. And then before we put all the 1/4-inch stone in between those, we went ahead and got this whole back area backfilled, raked out, kind of smoothed, so that it looked a little bit more natural. This spot right here is going to be for one of the big pieces of bluestone over there that's left, as we're going to kind of make that a pad for their firewood storage. So basically you have this rock that kind of slopes, so basically just be able to walk right out into here, only take a couple steps to that, get some wood, throw it in the fire pit, whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna double check the patio and then probably start throwing some stone in, getting this thing finished up, and then we can loam it. Guys, I think the patio is done. Just throwing some seed down now. But look at that. It looks so clean. Looks really good. So we had a little bit of extra stone. Customer wanted us to put some just down here. That way they have a little bit of extra to kind of fill in over the years if they need to. You know, this being loose stone, it's gonna get blown away at some point between mowing and blowing it off, fall cleanup, blah, blah, blah. So a little extra, it just kind of ties it in a little more. But yeah, looks great. Trying not to walk on it because my shoes are dirty. There she is. Got the seat. Works well. Better for kids, I think. Look at that. What do you think, Jaden?
It's fucking immaculate. What?
Immaculate. Oh, you're gonna get nice and wet. Looks great. All right, you guys, one final look. Check that out. Looks great. So that's the end of this one. We got a number of projects left to do here, so those will be in separate videos in the future. Got a little bit of cleanup around the back, put that one last little piece for their firewood storage, but other than that, patio done. It is good. It's looking great. Customer loves it. So if you guys want to see what we do in the future, hit subscribe, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. God bless.